Now I know. All right. Oh yeah, Wuahhh BAAM. Most casual Wuahhh BAAM of all time. I'm gonna go over some of the key new mechanics that I noticed in Xenoverse's latest gameplay trailer displaying future Gohan and Turles. We're gonna go over it bit by bit. I'm gonna stop the video when something key happens and just visually show you guys exactly what I'm talking about while I'm talking about it. I feel like this will make it easier because a lot of people don't see the difference between Xenoverse 2 and Xenoverse 1, and that's what I'm here for. And that's why you're about to subscribe if you haven't already, but fuck it, you know. It'll get awkward if we start talking about that. Play Peggy 12. All right, so we're gonna watch this video together and I'm gonna break it down. So you see Turles flying. First thing I wanna note, pause. Look at the destruction. It's a little different. I'm not saying it's a huge difference, but debris that's flying off of the mountain, and it clearly identifies that it's a rocky platform, so rocks of similar types are falling off. So that's just a small thing to note, but we're gonna keep going. Like I said, in depth. We're noticing the little things. Another thing, pause. We're gonna do some replay action. Turles' Ki Blast, we're doing some homing. If you guys remember in Xenoverse 1, Ki Blast by Saiyans and humans and stuff, the standard Ki Blast would just go straight and you could just slightly move to the left and the Ki Blast would completely miss you like if you just barely moved. But now it looks like there's a little bit of homing, so you have to actually put forth somewhat effort to move out of the way. Hit play again. So now we have that right there. Two things happened right here. One, Turles just did the double dash. I'm gonna call it the double dash, okay? If you guys remember in Raging Blast 2, they had a similar functionality where you could just basically double tap your dash and you would get all the way behind them at a very fast speed, so you don't have to deal with basically closing gaps. And that's a huge thing that Xenoverse did not have that Xenoverse 2 does. It allows you to get in close to the people who are kind of like, you know, getting scared and, you know, backing up the whole time. It eliminates that. And another thing is once Turles got behind Gohan, he immediately just had a strong kick on Gohan's back, like it was, and by strong kick I mean one that'll knock him away. And what that does, that enables Turles to, let's press play, teleport right behind him, well in front of him in this case, and immediately start comboing him. So basically that makes it much more fast-paced and Dragon Ball Z-esque in my opinion. All right, let's hit play. So you see him comboing. Quick thing I want to note there, I'm gonna press pause one more time. If I'm getting too in depth, fuck it. You know, that's what we're here for, okay? That little hop Turles did, we don't know for sure. That could possibly be a new mechanic. You never know because every character is a little different with how they combo, like with just their standard combos. Like this could be a unique thing for Turles to jump forward, but it could also be a potential another thing, follow-up just for all characters in general. So I just want to make that note. That's not confirmed, but just something to point out. All right, press play. Turles throws the blast. All right. Okay, not too much here. I mean, that's another big thing. All right, hitting pause. Okay, Turles fires a blast after he knocked Gohan far away. If you guys remember in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 1, if you knocked a character far away, they would start to fall down and start to recover before any blast, no matter how fast you threw it, would hit them. The only way you could follow up with an actual super attack is if you preceded it with a super attack. For example, Cell's force push, I don't remember what it's called, but you know what I'm talking about. That would make you fall back for so long that you could follow up with the special beam cannon. So that was the only way you could do that. In Xenoverse 2, it looks like just off of a standard, like, knock them far away sort of hit, you can follow up with a super attack and they'll continuously fly back and they'll be able to get hit by it. So another thing to add to the combos. Let's hit play. Got Turles flying up, starting this attack. You know, there's that jump forward again. Bam, bam. That's kind of cool too. Okay, that's something to note too. What he just did with the elbow or the knee, he stopped Gohan. Basically, he hit him with the hard strike and made Gohan stagnant there. And it looked like Turles had options, okay? He could have potentially, possibly, continued a combo and started like wailing on him a little bit more, but he chose to slam him down. Could be extra mechanics, that one's also iffy. I'm not totally sure, let's hit play. Follows up with the super attack. Things going off the floor a little bit, one recovers. Firing those Ki Blasts, you can see, like I said, they're homing a little bit, so you have to be a little bit more evasive. That's something new too. Okay, if you guys saw Turles' movement to the left and right, normally that teleport that you would do, like the quick teleport that didn't take any stamina, you would basically dash forward and hit X and jump. That teleport, you could only do it forward or backward. I don't even think you could do it backward. It was only forward, so you had to be facing a direction. But it looks like you can side teleport, like sidestep teleport now. And I'm guessing it's going to be similar functionality, but obviously I haven't had hands-on experience. Another thing to note, let's hit play. Yeah, that hop forward might just be a Turtles thing. Okay, and then his ultimate, okay? That's something possibly... Okay, I'm gonna hit pause. That's possibly a hint that there's gonna be more attacks that are based on your opponent being on the ground. So basically you have to meet certain criteria. And honestly, I don't think that this requires your opponent to be on ground. If I had to guess, if you guys remember, Frieza's final form has an attack. It was actually quite difficult to land on people, but I forget what it's called. It's basically the move he did on Krillin in Planet Namek, where, you know, he grabs them without touching them, lifts them up, and then they blow up. But they had to be really close for you to hit somebody like that, and you'd normally get punched and canceled out. It looks like this might be similar, but it works on opponents on ground, and we'll get more to the on-ground stuff later. Let's hit play. Turtles just hit him with that ultimate that I'm going to be giving my custom character. Okay, all right. Now we're in Gohan's perspective. That right there, we're hitting pause right there. That heavy hit that Gohan just did is actually a big deal, okay? If you guys remember in Burst Limit, in Raging Blast, and Tenkaichi, if you could basically hit somebody really hard and basically make them stunned for a second. You temporarily stun them. I don't know if that's the right word. I wouldn't say stun, but they like become like you know, that kind of thing. And that's a big deal because it allows you to, let's press play really quick. See how he's stuck there? And then Gohan starts wailing on him? It basically opens your opponent up for a few seconds, and you get to kind of like dictate what you want to do next. So if your opponent's stuck like this, you can hit them with a Kamehameha, you can hit them like with whatever the fuck you want to hit them with. You have time to like negotiate what you want to do. Or even if you think of it from an evasive kind of perspective, if you hit them hard like that, you can get the fuck out of there if your opponent was like doing shit to you. Like say you had no stamina left. You hit them hard one time and you let your stamina recover a little bit, back up and like, all right, or start firing ki blasts at them while your stamina recovers. You know, you get options, so it's a big deal. All right, press play. Gohan's continuing this combo, smacks him. Super Saiyan, all right, small detail, I'm gonna hit pause on it just because Gohan clearly went Super Saiyan like this, so that makes me think that other characters are going to, because that only Gohan has gone Super Saiyan like that, specifically Future Gohan, and Dimps has said that this is going to be the most detailed Dragon Ball game ever, so I wonder if, yeah, maybe all Saiyans have Super Saiyan, but maybe all of them get to choose exactly what animation they want to display when they go Super Saiyan as a customization feature. But, speculation, not confirmed, let's hit play. So we got Gohan dashing, here's a big thing coming, oh, all right, not right here. Okay, so Gohan's, you know, doing his combo. Bam, dash does that double dash that we talked about behind, follows up with the super, we already went over that. Right there, okay, we're gonna hit pause on his ultimate right here while we're in that sexy face. Okay, Gohan, it looked like Turtles, okay, I wanna, this could potentially, and I doubt this, but this could potentially be a link of evasive moves and super attacks, because Turtles, I think there might be, I mean, it could just be for dramatic effect. Turtles fired a super attack at Gohan, and then he activated his ultimate, and he dashed through the blast, like, backwards, and then proceeded to activate his final, I mean, his ultimate. But there was always invincibility frames with ultimate attacks regardless, if you guys remember. Like, you had to actually, like, physically, like, break their stamina in order to stop them. So this could, otherwise they'd have invincibility frames depending on their stamina. So it could just be that, but it could also be hints that they could be linking evasive moves with ultimates, but that's a stretch. So I'm gonna go with it's probably just invincibility frames. Hitting play. Hits him, all right, here comes a relatively big deal. Okay, hits him, dashes in, and Turtles was on the ground. That's a huge detail. Turtles was on the ground when Gohan started punching Turtles after he hit him with his ultimate attack. And Turtles immediately was forced back to his feet and to endure this combo. That's a big deal because, as mentioned before, or I've mentioned it before on other videos, but not on my channel, normally that was a safe zone. Like, if you were knocked to the ground and your opponent had the momentum, you could just lay there and wait till the animation forced you back up. You could lay there and you'd be safe. Like, your opponent could fire an ultimate at you while you were on the floor, and it wouldn't do anything to you because, you know, you were safe. And I don't know how I feel about this. I'd have to see it in gameplay, but it's more realistic to the show. Because if somebody's on the floor, that's your moment to like incinerate them, sort of thing. And with that said, that makes me, because Gohan got him off the ground with a combo, right? And could continue comboing. That leads me to believe that you could potentially knock somebody, like basically floor somebody and then ultimate them, and like they'll take the damage despite the fact that they're on the floor. Because just this is like really granular in depth, but if you guys remember in Xenoverse 1, or I remember in Xenoverse 1, if I knocked somebody to the floor and then followed up with like a super Kamehameha, just for example, they would not take any damage until they stood back up. So like, if they're on the floor and I hit them with that, they're just kind of like, oh, I'm good. Oh, fuck, this animation has forced me back up. I can't believe you've done this. And then they'll stand up and then they'll start getting fucked up, right? It looks like because you can start taking damage immediately despite whether you're on the ground or not, you could follow up with the Super Kamehameha. Basically, this game seems to be a lot more fast paced and you have to be a lot more careful, because if you run out of stamina, you are in trouble. Okay, hitting play while Gohan's in this combo. Bam, bam, bam. Does that double dash, smacks him down. See right there, like, oh, it was just proven. I mean, obviously, oh yeah, it was proven right there. So Turles got hit. That just, I mean, I just went over that so in depth for no reason, but Turles got hit and that's it. Turles was able to get hit while he was on the ground, despite the fact that he's on the ground by Gohan's super attack, and that's a big deal. There's a lot of stuff here, guys. Like, okay, I know a lot of you guys were like, I'll just, you know, I don't see the big deal, but that's what I'm here for, okay? I'm not the best Xenoverse player, but I did play very competitively. I would like to believe I learned all the mechanics because I have played with the best, okay? I'm not gonna name drop, but I've played with the best people that are out there, and some of them, let's be real, okay? I don't get obliterated. I keep up with them. You know, long story short, I play competitively. I've played with the competitive people. I've played with the best, so I know these mechanics, and although I'm not the best, I can point these out to you guys. And this is going to be your stop for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 goodness. Not goodness, goodness. I hope you guys enjoyed this very, very in-depth breakdown. Please share this around. Actually, like, legitimately share this around if people don't see the difference. Like, if you have any of your friends who are like, oh man, I don't see the difference, I'm not gonna get Xenoverse 2, it's the same as Xenoverse 1. Show them this. I don't even know how long this fucking video is. There's a lot to this, and this was just 2 minutes of gameplay. This is before they broke everything down and like before they actually, you know, showed off, you know, like 10 minutes of gameplay, and these are just 2 characters. Like, there could be a lot more to this, but you know, after 2 minutes of gameplay, that's what I gathered out of this. Let me know what you guys think. There's a like button. Please smack it if you enjoyed this. Subscribe. Awkward plug. I have social media. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'll see you guys in... I'm not good at closing videos. I'm just not, but you know, that's fuck. Wuahhh BAAM.